Alright, what is up YouTube? Audio Jake here, bringing you another video. This one's about Warframe. So you want to play some Warframe, do you? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? This is a grindy, nasty, grindy Korean... No, I'm joking. Warframe's actually pretty fun. It is set up like a grinder though. It does have a reputation for being quite grindy, but it is a fun game. It's made by Digital Extremes, and if you want to get into it, go to warframe.com. Check it out. Check out their website. They got some cool stuff on here. Make an account, download it. You know, the game's free to play. It is a third-person looter shooter type game where you basically play a space ninja, essentially. That's probably the best way to describe it. The Warframes themselves and the operators are called the Tenno race, essentially. There's a lot of lore to this game, but let's dive into it. I'm gonna do like a quick overview. I'm gonna try and keep this video about 15-20 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. I'll show you some gameplay. I'm just going to give you a quick walk around the orbiter, so that way you can get an idea of what Warframe is and what you're getting yourself into type of. I'm not going to do anything in depth because honestly I can make an entire video about modifications themselves and how to mod your Warframes. That could be like an hour-long video just by itself, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go something really quick here. So here in the orbiter you have something called the Codex. If you go over to the left and on that desk I just clicked on, here's some starting quests and just quests. All the quests in general in Warframe can be housed here, and you can launch them from here. You can launch them from the Navigator, which I'll show you. But when you start Warframe, you're going to start at this quest right here, the Awakening, and I highly recommend that you do all the tutorials and all the starting quests, because the Awakening quest is really cool. Introduce you to the lore, introduce you to the Warframes themselves, and you get one free Warframe. You're gonna get, I highly recommend you pick Volt, because you're gonna need him later on in other higher end content. The other two, unfortunately, Excalibur and Mag, not that great. Kind of out of the meta. Excalibur's okay, but Mag definitely needs a rework. She's an older Warframe, and she hasn't been touched in a long time, and she's gonna need some help. So definitely pick Volt. Other cool quests on here are something like the War Within, the Sacrifice, Prelude to War, the New War. I loved all 4 of those quests, so definitely check those out. The Codex has a lot of information about the lore and other things about Warframe. Over here is the market. Market is self-explanatory. The premium currency that is used in Warframe is called Platinum. You can purchase Platinum from Digital Extremes, or you can get it from other players in Warframe by selling Warframe Prime parts or Prime parts for weapons. You can buy Warframes in here. There's quite a few. Warframe has quite a few Warframes. You can buy primary weapons, secondary weapons, melee weapons. There's lots of stuff to buy in the store. Companions. There's Kavats. There's a cat-like race for a companion, and a dog-like race called a crew bro. But you will probably be concerned with boosters. This helps cut down the amount of grind you have to do each day if you're not somebody who's going to play Warframe 3 to about 6 hours a day. These are things that are going to become your friends. 3-day affinity boosters, 3-day credit boosters, 3-day resource boosters. Resource boosters help you get double your resources from your pickups. Actually very useful. Credits, same thing. Double the amount of credits you get. Affinity doubles the rate at which you gain affinity. Affinity is what you use to upgrade weapons and Warframes faster. You're going to need credits for just about everything in the game, essentially. Same with resources. You're going to need a ton of resources because, like I said, Warframe is a grindy game. Just the nature of the beast. Down here to the heart of the ship, your orbiter. Here's where you're going to modify a lot of your mods that you pick up in your missions. So each mission that you do in Warframe, you're probably going to pick up a lot of these mods as you see. Now there are regular mods, which are this color, this bronze color, more uncommon mods, which are these silvers. And then there are the rare mods, which are these golds, right? Now there's mods for all kinds of things. Mods for Warframes. There's aura mods. There's augmented mods. There's mods just for your primaries, your secondaries. Then you can get duplicate mods. You can pick your duplicate mods. You can grab them. You can sell them. You can dissolve them for endo, because you're going to need endo to infuse your mods. What do I mean by infusing? Here, let's go Chilling Grasp. Let's grab something that we have not upgraded yet. We'll grab one. There you go. And you can start infusing, and there you go. You're going to rank it. It's going to have a drain. It's going to do something. It's going to cost you endo and credits, as you can see there. Here's where you're just going to manage all your mods. I can do an entire video on managing mods, so we're going to move on. The Foundry. The Foundry is you're going to spend quite a bit of time with as well, because you're going to build a lot of the tools that your Warframe is going to utilize in the game from this Foundry. You can also build Warframes. You can build weapons as well. Now here's where Warframe gets its grindy nature and moniker from, is, as you can see here, if we want to, let's say we want to build Chroma, right? I have the actual blueprint for Chroma. This is a Warframe. You're going to need his neuroptics, his chassis, and you're going to need Volt's neuroptics, right? And you're going to need Chroma's systems. Now, as you can see, his systems, I do have it right here, but look, I need other sub-components to build the systems, essentially. I'm going to need an Argon Crystal. I'm going to need Siren systems. That's another Warframe's systems. I'm going to need Neroids and Oxium. The problem is you're going to have to go farm all this stuff. And it's not fast. It's kind of time consuming. So this is where Warframe, and as you can see, mining, there's fishing. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to grind in this game, right? That is where Warframe gets its grindy nature, essentially. The arsenal. Here's where you're going to retrofit, essentially, your weapons, your Warframes, and your pets, and also add some different gears to your radial here, so that way you can have your Archwing, you can have your Necromechs. But most importantly here, you're going to customize your Warframes. There's all kinds of customization for Warframes. They actually do a really good job of making it to where you can customize your Warframe to look kind of like how you want it. You know, you can change the color, you can change its energy colors, you can give it a different helmet, provided that you're, willing to spend some platinum, or if you can grind these out. So I can give Nova, which is one of my favorite Warframes, different look here. There's different skins. I like the atomic skin. This is the regular Nova Prime skin. Here's a regular Nova skin, right? You can give it a different look. There's other ones. There's animation sets you can change. There's attachments. There's the Sidanas is basically the cape that you can change. A lot of customization there. Same with the weapons. You can change the appearance of the weapons. You can give it a different skin if you so choose. You can change the colors. You can have it match your Warframe's colors. The other important part about this is upgrading. So here's where mods come into play, and you can change a lot about the weapon itself. The type of damage it does, its total damage. You can give it critical multipliers. You can give it multi-shot. You can change its magazine size. You can change its fire rate. Lots of things you can change on the weapons themselves. If you're a Destiny 2 fan, you're going to appreciate the name I gave my Zaw. It's a scythe, essentially. The Fist of Crota. But most importantly, here's where you're going to modify your Warframe itself. Here's where you use those mods, essentially. Now, Nova has some abilities, like Null Star. This is basically a damage reduction ability. Antimatter drops, basically like a bomb itself. Wormhole is pretty cool. She can jump through it. She can teleport, and it makes her move really fast. But real signature ability about Nova, Molecular Prime. And as you can see, I have it set it up as Speed Nova, Slow Nova. So Slow Nova, if I hover back over the ability, you can see, look, slow 75%. See that? What happens if I go Speed Nova? What does that mean? Well, I'm dropping all the power strength, so that way Molecular Prime has a very cool built-in feature of, look at what that slow does. It goes negative 30%. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, well, what the hell does that do? Well, it speeds up all the enemies. Well, why would you want that? I'll show you in some gameplay why you would want that. Okay, let's continue our little tour. Over here is where I'm going to have the Hell Month segment once I unlock it, essentially. I'm building it right now in my forge. There's an NPC in there that's going to be in here that basically allows me to modify my Warframes even more. Here's where you can board your Railjack. I can do an entire video on Railjacks. Basically it's a different ship. It's a battleship, essentially, your own personal battleship. I actually think Railjacks are pretty cool. The grind kind of sucks a little bit for them. Yeah, that's true. But the concept was solid, and the Railjack itself and the missions were kind of fun. A little bit grindy, sure, but still some fun. I can do another video on that. Here is where you actually sit. You, I mean, as the operator. So you have to remember that Warframes themselves are just frames. They're just kind of shells, you know, they're like your vehicle, essentially. The operator is you. This is actually who you are playing. You are the operator. And as you can see here, you can customize. You can do different equipment for the operator. Give them a different amp, give them some arcanes, which I don't have any right now that are worthwhile. Change the appearance of your operator. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. You can change the color, you can give the features of the face. I chose the drifter because I think it looks cooler than the younger kid. Focus, this is, I guess, Warframe's version of a space magic. I guess that's the best way to put it. So these are different schools of magic that you can actually go into. I am not very sophisticated in this because honestly it's a big grind. So I've just started this grind, and I'm not exactly sure I want to keep going on it because it's just kind of boring. They can be very powerful though, but I'm not exactly sure I want to continue doing that. A little bit too grindy for my taste. This is the personal quarters of your operator. So you can decorate this like you want. You can do cool things in here for decoration. Like, see, I put up a little model of my own Warframe that I'm currently equipped with of Nova. These fish I actually fished out and put them in the tank, if you can believe that. That's crazy. Went to the plains of Eidolon, fished out some fish, put them in the tank. Kind of cool. Alright, let's go. Oh, one more thing. This is the Void Relics. Now, you're gonna get relics for doing certain missions, right? And what's the purpose of these relics? Well, if you actually invest some void traces in them, you can get some prime components, and you can sell these prime components, or you can collect them all, get the actual prime, build it, and then sell that prime or the blueprints for platinum. That is a way you can get platinum, is if you have the blueprints for certain prime high itemed or high wanted prime items, essentially. Now that you got a little bit of an overview, let's turn our grouping to public. Here's the Navigator, which this is how you're going to get around the universe, essentially. You're going to start on Earth when you start Warframe, and you're going to have to go through each of these nodes, right, in order to unlock this entire planet. And then based on you playing, as you can see here, you'll unlock the Venus Junction once you complete all these objectives in here, and you're going to get some nice rewards there. Same for Lua. Same thing's going to happen for Lua, same thing's going to happen for Mars. You know, the Mars Junction. You're going to complete these steps, and you're going to get some nice rewards, and you're going to be allowed to go to Mars, right? The Plains of Idalung is a free roam open world, and Cetus is the city. Now there are 3 open worlds in Warframe. There's one on Earth, there's one on Venus called Fortuna, and the open world is called Orbalis, and there is another one on Deimos, the Cambion Drift, and Necrolisk. So those are your open worlds that Warframe currently has. They're pretty cool. I'm not a fan of Fortuna and Orbalis, but I'm definitely a fan of the Plains of Eidolon, Cetus, and Deimos. Necrolisk and Cambion Drift. Those 2 open worlds I do like. I think they're pretty cool. So we're going to play some Nova on Cedra Hadron. So Sedna Hadron is where a lot of people like to level their Warframes, but I'm just going to play it because I want to give you a quick look at the gameplay of what Warframe actually is.
Our position has been compromised.
So this is a defense mission. So we're going to go to a certain area, right, where this little marker is, and we're going to defend this place against waves of mobs. So I'm going to get my energy up, and we're going to go ahead and molecular prime the enemies, and they're going to speed up. They're going to rush towards us. Let's go ahead and turn that out to headset, so that way it doesn't feed back into our mic on accident. So we're going to do that again, because that's Nova's signature ability, and we're basically going to tell our team, we're going to say speed, so that way our team knows that we're not slowing the enemies, we're speeding them up. Because nothing sucks more than being on a defense, right? And having to know that's slowing all the enemies so that the enemies can't get to you quicker. So this is the whole purpose of being what you would call a speed Nova. And teams really appreciate it because it makes these defense missions go by a lot quicker. So we're just going to make some rounds here with Nova. This is why I love the Archiplasmor. Let's go ahead and just grab some of these guys. And we'll go ahead and molecular prime again. The other secondary effect of molecular prime is, if you haven't noticed, the enemies are exploding when we shoot them. Why is that? Well, the reason being is because molecular prime puts a debuff on them that basically like ignites them essentially. It makes them explode. It's basically the debuff that molecular prime puts on them. As you can see, if you get too far away sometimes, your molecular prime doesn't hit the entire map. But I just wanted to kind of go around and let's see if I can time it for the next wave. That should hit the next wave. So this is going to be fairly quick. There you go. Yep, it hit the next wave. I'll send out another one just in case. There you go. See how the enemies explode? Plus they get to us quicker, so that makes these waves faster because I'm speeding up the enemies. Send out another one because I need one more wave to hit the stragglers. Send out one more. So all we're doing is we're defending this coffin, essentially. This is a coffin of a Tenno that we're defending. And that's it. That's all the waves. Now we're going to probably go one more because that went so quick. But you see we got a relic as our reward for the first one. That's actually pretty good.
Continue to defend.
So we're going to go 5 more rounds is is what we're going to do. I'll send out another wave of Molecular Prime. We had one person who didn't want to stay. That's fine. So I'm going to let my teammates. I'll send out one more wave. I love the Archoplasmor. It's one of my favorite weapons. Because it's a shotgun that does very high damage. Has good spread. The only thing is it reloads slowly. Send out another wave. And this is Nova Speed Play 101. Keep your Molecular Prime up. So that way it keeps the mobs coming quickly, and then you get through the waves faster. Novas are great frame to have, a speed Nova on this map, when people are trying to level their Warframes quickly. It's an excellent Warframe to have. Ooh, I was a little late on my Molecular Prime there. As you can see, the mobs explode due to that debuff. Excellent. Let's send out another wave. There we go. One more. This is going to be a fast clear for a Sedna defense. Just what you want, though. You don't want to be spending a whole lot of time in this defense unless you just want to do a lot of rounds, unless you're vested in doing, 20, 25 rounds. And you're not in here to level a bunch of frames. People usually come to Sedna Hadron because they want to level their frames, though, or level weapons, those type of things. They don't want to spend a whole lot of time in this defense. They want it to go quickly. We're already at wave 8. Really haven't spent a whole lot of time in this tile set. Not bad. Pretty good. I'll send out another wave just because I'm overflowing in energy. I don't really have any energy problems going on right now. Wave 9's coming. Here it comes. And this is the kind of fun, like, theory crafting stuff you can do with Warframe. The Warframes themselves are fairly highly customizable. There's different playstyles. You do not have to play Nova like this. You can play Nova as a slow Nova and get onto maps where that is very beneficial. Here's the melee side of the game. I can use my scythe, which is really cool. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see what's going on. So you see how fast we cleared that wave? That was very quick for clearing a wave. Very fast. Here comes some more enemies. I'm going to send out that wave. It's going to hit them. They're going to come quicker. I'm going to show you the melee side. I showed you. This is basically the Archoplasmor. It does a bunch of damage, but here's the melee side. The Za is an excellent melee weapon. As you can see, it really carves up enemies. Does a lot of damage. Send out another one. Looks like I need to increase my range. We'll get this gunner. There we are. Not bad, not bad. I think that's it. I think we have cleared that wave. And we have. Typically, people only stay for 10 waves, got 2 relics out of it. That is an excellent run. It only took us 9 minutes and 52 seconds. That's essentially Warframe right there. What I just showed you. The aftermark shows you some post-game stats, exactly what happened, the type of things you've earned. Earned some endos, some nav coordinates, got a star, got some mods too, and some other materials. And if you want to see, you can put stats, and it'll give you your stats, total kills. It's got some other things too that you can take a look at the end of your map. That's essentially Warframe right there in a nutshell. Now I want to, if you'll just bear with me just for a couple more minutes, we can make this video 30 minutes here. I want to show you the plains of Eidolon. So we're going to pick a Warframe that is more conducive to the plains of Idalung because it's an open world map. We're going to pick Gauze, one of my favorites. He is a speed demon, essentially. A very fast Warframe. He's great for the plains, and I'll show you why. We're going to change it to solo because I don't want to enter someone's game and mess up what they're doing, but we'll go to Earth. We will go to the free roam plains of Eidolon. And I'm going to show you just real quick, if you'll bear with me, I'm going to show you some Gauze. So there's a lot to do in the open world here on the plains of Eidolon. It's a very nice operator, just so I can get some energy there. It's a very nice map, and as you can see here I'll pull up the entire map. Where that triangle right there, map's pretty good size, and there's plenty to do on the open world. You can do missions here, you can do bounties to get materials, you can do harvesting. There's a lot of harvesting here that you can do to get components, like it would be gems, as you can see right here. Look, this is gems basically that you use a cutter in order. Actually, I have one. Here you go. So you use the cutter, right? There you go. I just got some gems that I could utilize, to build something else. So there's plenty to do here. I have an Archwing launcher. You can go around the world like this. You can kind of like fly around like Iron Man style. Or I have my Necromech. I can traverse this area in my Necromech. Is basically just a giant mech that does pretty good damage. It's pretty fun. Not bad at all. Necromech. It's a big grind in order to get Bone Widow. But let's get back to the Warframe, because I wanted to show you Gauze. So Gauze is a speed demon, essentially, Warframe. He's a lot of fun. He's really cool. He basically has what we call red line. And watch this. He is incredible. Look at how fast he runs and traverses terrain. Absolutely incredible.
So it goes. I'm sorry, little friend.
He's a really fun Warframe to just kind of just really take it. He goes high speed, really cool. A lot of people use their Archwing to get around the plains of Eidolon, but sometimes it's just really fun to jump on Gauze and just run it. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. I hope it piqued your interest in Warframe. Warframe's an actually really fun game. It's just you have to understand that it's a grindy game. There's no bones about that. Nobody's going to really lie about that. No serious Warframe player is going to lie about that. It is a grindy game, but if you can look past that, if you can deal with it and take the game in chunks, right? In sizable chunks that you can digest, the game is a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. As always, support the channel. Please like, subscribe. I'm going to have more Warframe videos, and if it really takes off the channel, I'll do guides, I'll do Let's Plays, I'll do tutorials on how to get better and how to get more efficient at Warframe. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.